Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranch. Today I'm going to be giving you some early prelim picks for, well, I don't know if they're early or not, but give you some Capper Comparison picks for some prelim fights for UFC 273. It's going to be, this is a pretty decent card, good pay-per-view. I don't want to go over the last event, Fight Night Columbus. UFC Fight Night Columbus, I didn't fare so well. It's probably so far one of the worst performances on my part as a capper set all year since 2022. But regardless, it's in the past, and I needed the week off just to recuperate from those losses. I think I got 6 right, which is, so what's that? 6 and, oh, you know what? I'll look at it real quick. I'm not going to go over the fights. I don't want to misinform you. You know, full transparency. Yeah, 6 and 6. Unbelievable. Whatever. So went 6 and 6 last week. Not a great look. A lot of underdogs won last week. But anyway, let's get into this. We've got, and these are the old order. That's because I was gonna do this show. I attempted to do it last week because I had the early picks from a lot of these cappers. But midway through the recording, my phone died, and I was out of town in a hotel. The charger wall port wasn't charging fast enough. It was just a big mess. So I'm redoing it. That's why the order is a little messed up. These are the original order. Now the fights are set up a little bit different. Like this, I think, is now the curtain jerker, but I have this one as it. I'm just gonna go in the order that I have. So they're all prelims anyway, so just deal with it. All right. Okay, so getting this first, I'm a little out of whack with that week off. I'm out of form and a little rusty. So we got the strawweight female fight between Piera Rodriguez, La Fiera, and Kay Hansen. The line is interesting. Now they're both minus numbers, but it opened up coin flip, minus 110. Both, you all right, Brandon?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
It opened up coin flip minus 110. Then there was a line movement because when I tried to do the show in the hotel, had Piera as a minus 138 favorite and Kay Hansen as a plus 118 underdog. But now, here it is, Monday, April 4th. Now we have, these are fresh off of Bet Online. We have minus 112 for Rodriguez, minus 108 for Hansen. Interesting fight. Let's start with the slight favorite here in Piera La Fiera Rodriguez. She's this is making her UFC debut. She's coming out of she beat Velasco Machado in the Contender Series. Before that, she was rip-roaring. Of course, she's undefeated, So she rip-roared her way through LFA, UCC, that's a regional scene in Panama. Vita, that's a regional scene in Spain, and AFL, also out of Spain. She is a Venezuelan. I can't even talk. I'm all bumbled. She used to train because of the earlier regional scenes in Spain. Why? Because she used to train out of Spain, out of Lilius Barnat Martial Arts, but she has now since moved up to a well-known Black House, training with the likes of Sabina Mazo and Mackenzie Dern, who is also on this card. Piera Rodriguez is a striker, but if you imagine she's at Black House with Dern, she probably has some jiu-jitsu. I'm not too sure about her wrestling. I mean, so some question marks going there, but I guess she is one heck of a striker. And she's taking on someone that's not new to the UFC, Kay Hansen. Kay Hansen's been in here for a while. The ages here. Rodriguez is 29, Kay Hansen 22. But Kay Hansen's been, despite her young age, she's been around mixed martial arts for quite a while. She started as a young age in combat submission wrestling, fighting in a scene like for teenagers called Youth Pancration, I think it was called, but or Pancration Youth Tournaments or something. She's also she's out of 10th Planet, the one in Bueno Park. That's not the main 10th Planet. There's like literally 40 10th Planet facilities. She's the one out of the one in Bueno Park, California. She is last I knew she was a purple belt, but that she could have increased. That could be old news, I'm not sure. She has a record as being the youngest fighter to get a win in Invicta. She made her UFC debut against Jinyu Frey, where she got a win, triangle armbar in round 3. And that was 3 fights ago. Since then, she's taken a loss to Corey McKenna, unanimous decision, and the much larger jumped up a weight class and took a loss to Jasmine Javicius, the Canadian woman, came in much larger, stronger, pretty much controlled the entire fight, winning a unanimous decision over Kay Hansen. She couldn't get anything done. So, anyway, now she's taking on the UFC newcomer. Hot prospect, though. A lot of hype on this girl and her striking. Because I believe she does have a lot of finishes. Or no, she has some finishes. The thing is, she's undefeated and she's a good striker. All right, let's see what the cappers have to say in this interesting strawweight fight. Starting with Winston, you gotta move a little bit, buddy. All right, there, thank you. Get out of here. Eat it. Starting with the slight favorite in Piera Rodriguez, we've got Ray from MMA Pick'em's podcast. He's taking Rodriguez by decision. Okie dokie, Ray. We want picks. Angelo, these are from his early predictions. He has since he has a reload, a new, the links in here are gonna be for the ones I watched, where I wrote down the stuff. So this is from his early predictions. He was taking Rodriguez, and but now he has since he does have a new video up with a full card breakdown. His name's Angelo. He used to be a manager for fighters managers, or he used to be a manager for a few fighters, and he has a lot of knowledge about the MMA scene. All right. Burt MMA, you guys always know he's one of the hardest working YouTube content creators when it comes to UFC, Bellator, PFL, LFA, all MMA. Burt is always on it. He's making content every day. If it's not with UFC fighting, it's his own physical fitness, where he's doing like pull-up challenges, push-up challenges, just becoming ripped and buff for the young Burt. Good on you, Burt. Artem MMA. Artem is from New Zealand. I once misspoke and said he was Australian, but he is from New Zealand. Artem MMA Analysis. He also has a couple videos. I watched both of his. I watched his early prediction videos and his most recent breakdown of this card. And these three fights, he didn't change. He's still on the same side. And here he's taking Piera Rodriguez. And finally, to finish this off, we've got Dev the Dude and Cell the Red, both friends of mine, and both taking Piera Rodriguez, making this a full capper consensus. If you don't know what a full capper consensus is, it is when what, Nor? What is a full capper consensus?
A full capper consensus is when I have cappers pick one side of the whiteboard.
You said that kind of fast. I don't think anybody understood you. Are you still eating spaghetti? You got spaghetti in your mouth?
Yeah.
All right. A full capper consensus, if you didn't hear Nora, is when all the cappers are in agreement with the same side of the whiteboard. In this case, all the cappers. Did you do the dance?
Yes.
Did you throw some good luck pearls?
Yes.
It's when all the cappers pick one side. In this case, everybody is taking Piera Rodriguez to beat Kay Hansen. However, I'm going against the capper consensus. Call me crazy. I don't really care. I'm going with Kay Hansen because of her background of submission, combat submission wrestling. She's been doing it since a youth. Pancration. I know she's coming off back-to-back losses, but those are against two pretty good females. And like I said, Jasmine Dervicious, Kay Hansen went up a full weight class for that, and I do believe that was on short notice. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was short notice. And she went up to, this is her real weight, straw weight. She went up to flyweight 125, and that's why she got dominated by a much bigger Jazzy Dervicious, whatever, the Canadian fighter. She's awesome. I think she's great, awesome too. But here she's taking on Rodriguez, who is unproven. I know there's a lot of hype around her, but she quality opponents. I don't know Valeska Machado. I don't know Svetlana Gotsyk. I can't even say her name. So she's unproven to me. It's great that she's working out Black House, and maybe one day she will be. I mean, obviously she's coming in with this hype. She's going to have more fights after this. Hansen, on the other hand, she's already had 2 losses back to back. She might be fighting for a job, so I think she's going to be, I think she's going to be the more experienced, despite the age. I think she's going to be more experienced, and she got her job on the line. So I'm taking Kay Hansen to win, and I think she's probably going to win by, man, I almost want to take submission because this Rodriguez, her ground game is suspect. I don't know. But I would probably have to lean decision with control time. I think, I'm trying to think back of her last fight where she lost. She didn't, it was a unanimous decision, but Jasmine Dervicious is a Canadian wrestling Olympian. I do believe she's got like Olympic silver medal in wrestling for the Olympics for Jazzy Jazz, and that's why she controlled her with the wrestling. But in this case, I think Kay Hansen will have the advantage on the ground over Rodriguez because she's a big question mark. Plus, you got the fans only or feet only or something. I heard it's like a foot fetish thing. Her fans only. She's got pretty feet, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, I'm gonna take Hansen. I'm going to take her by decision. Submission is live too, though. She does have that ability. She armbarred Jinh Frey round 3, and you know what? Now she's at her own weight class. And that's combat submission wrestling at a young age. You know what? I'll get better money for a submission, I'm sure. Plus money! So I'm going to take her by submission, actually. Screw it. What do I got to lose? And moving on. Next we have straight from hell, Vinc Pichel taking on Mark Ohm. That's his name. From hell, Vinc Pichel. But he spells it Vinc. No E at the end, which is weird. He's got a creeper mustache, which is also kind of weird. But he's taking on Mark O. Madsen. He dropped the O. Now he's just Mark Madsen. That is odd too. Mark Madsen, speaking of Olympians, is the Olympian. He has a silver medal from the 2016 Olympics. He's he's a big Greco-Roman wrestling medalist, 5-time Greco-Roman medalist in the Olympics. So he definitely knows his way around the mat when it comes to Greco-Roman. Is all mostly upper body. Freestyle is when you attack the legs, shoot in for takedowns like that. Greco-Roman's upper body throws. That's where that, like the kind of like judo is like hip tosses. It's very similar to that, but also judo has a lot more trips. Greco-Roman is, it's a lot of upper body strength. But this dude, Mark Madsen, silver medalist in Greco-Roman wrestling. And let's see, he is the underdog here. Undefeated underdog. Undefeated 11-0 underdog. Taking on from hell, Vinc Pichel. Vinc Pichel, very well-rounded fighter, coming off a great 3-fight win streak. I know Mark Madsen's 11-0. We're going to get to him. We're going to start, though, with Vinc Pichel. He's 14-2. Okay, only 2 losses as a professional. He's the slight favorite, -140. Line opened up -150, so a little bit of movement there. That means a little bit of money came in on Mark Madsen, who was plus 130. Now he's at plus 120. Okay? Vinc Pichel trains out of Big John McCarthy's training center over in California. Not a lot of people on Tapology, not a lot of UFC fighters on Tapology out of there. I think I saw there's a female that fights out of there that's a UFC professional, but the rest I think are rest of the people on listed on Tapology are in regional scenes or lesser promotions. Vinc Pichel is coming off a great win against Austin Hubbard, where he got a unanimous decision. He also beat Jim Miller, unanimous decision. He beat Roosevelt Roberts, unanimous decision. He's been a decisionator. But then he lost to a very great, not good, but great wrestler in Gregor Gillespie. Wrestler. Gregor Gillespie, definitely wrestling base. He's a wrestler. He got arm triangled in round 2, Vinc Pichel did, against Gregor Gillespie. Fantastic fisherman too, Gregor Gillespie is. Fights out of Long Island, right down, 3 hours from me. All right, yeah, about 3 hours. Okay, prior to that, he beat Joaquin Silva, unanimous decision. So Vinc Pichel is 4-1 in his last 5. All his wins, unanimous decision. So he is a decisionator, but he seems to like he's getting the wins, and they're pretty. Joaquin Silva, Roosevelt Roberts, Jim Miller, Austin Hubbard. You can kind of excuse the Gregor Gillespie, because Gregor Gillespie, in my opinion, is top 10 at least. Some people put him at top 5 contender, So Vinc Pichel here does have a 2-inch height advantage over the wrestler Mark Madsen. Let's talk about the Olympian in Mark Madsen. 11-0, hasn't seen a loss yet. His last fight, he beat Clay the Carpenter Guida without even using wrestling. Didn't have one takedown in that. Actually, Clay Guida took him down, actually. But Mark Madsen managed to outstrike Clay Guida. On paper, every round, more significant strikes. From a wrestler, he's not even a striker. So he's made improvements on his striking. He's fighting out of Fight Ready. So who's the striking coach over there? Eddie Cha, right? Yeah, Eddie Cha. And wrestling over there, Henry Cejudo's out of there. So, and plus the dudes also, I'm sure they have a fantastic wrestling program over at Fight Ready. I mean, already a accomplished Olympic medalist, training with other Olympians like Henry Cejudo, wrestling gold medal Olympics, Chan Sung Jung on this card, also at Fight Ready. There's an embedded. I saw him with Henry Cejudo on the front. I didn't watch it yet, though. I'm going to watch it maybe tonight after I upload this video. The former football player Eric Anders, nothing crazy there. And also Drakkar Klose, another great wrestler, all coming out of Fight Ready. I mentioned Eric Anders because he does have a fight coming up in May. And Drakkar Klose against Junior Park. Drakkar Klose is taking on Brandon Jenkins next week, in April 16th. That's a fight night. So yeah, Mark Madsen, originally from Denmark. He like I said, that he fought Clay Guida, beat him without using his wrestling. Before that, he fought common opponent. Ding ding ding. It should be a little bell or something. These guys both beat Austin Hubbard by unanimous decision. Here's one difference though. Vinc Pichel was taken down by Austin Hubbard. Mark Madsen took Austin Hubbard down 8 times. 8 times in that fight. And prior to that, he had his UFC debut against Danilo Belluardo, where he had a ground and pound round 1, clearly winning that. Prior to the UFC, he has a perfect record over at Cage Warriors across the pond. So there you have pretty much the quick breakdown of history. Let's see what the cappers have to say in this interesting lightweight matchup between Vinc from Hell, Pichel, and the Olympian Mark Madsen. Oh my goodness, this marker's dried right out. Toast. Okay, so we're gonna start with the favorite, of course, how I like to always do, so I can build up to the consensus if there is one. Taking Vinc Pichel, we've got Bert MMA, he's saying Vinc Pichel should get the decision here. Shout out to Bert. Angelo from We Want Picks, he's on the side of the Olympians. Interesting. Tie comparison so far. We've got Ray from Pick'ems, MMA Pick'ems podcast. He's saying either a decision or a late stoppage for Vinc Pichel. Then we've got Artem MMA Analysis. Artem taking Mark Madsen to get the victory. Using his wrestling, I'm sure. Now Dev the Dude and Cell are split. I love it when they disagree, when they're on this other sides, because it seems like it's kind of a rare thing. Just like I like when duet shows, when they have like taking both sides, like the Allen brothers, Fight Night Picks, Matt and Craig Allen. I like when they differ because there's kind of like a little, ooh, who's gonna get the win here, you know? Anyway, Dev is leaning Vinc Pichel. He's not very confident, but he does have a lean. It's all right, lean there. Dev the Dude. And Cell, the Red, is on the side of Mark Madsen. So there you have it. It's a tie. I guess I'll be the tiebreaker. You guys could probably already tell I'm gonna go for the accomplished wrestler with the more takedowns and the better, you know, don't get me wrong, Vince from Hell Pichel is very well rounded. I just don't think he's going to be able to out wrestle the Olympian wrestler. One route to victory he does have, though, one path is, I think Vinc Pichel might have better cardio, because you got to think wrestling has 3-minute periods. These are 5-minute rounds. So you're doing wrestling your whole life. You're used to a 3-round spurt of energy. They almost like gas themselves out after 3 minutes. So that last 2 minutes, and now when it translates to MMA, the extra 2 minutes, that's when the cardio's for the wrestlers that have been doing wrestling all their life. They gotta adjust it, which professional fighters they usually do. But there is some worry that Mark Madsen may slow down toward the end of rounds, when after the 3-minute point. You might start seeing a little bit of heavy breathing and stuff, but I'm still taking Mark Madsen here. I'm just saying, Vinc Pichel, I think his route to victory would be to get probably a finish by punches, or you get more striking volume after the 3-minute mark when it gets into the later part of the rounds. Okay, but I'm taking Mark Madsen here. I think he's gonna get this unanimous decision. The decisionator in Pichel, he may outstrike him, but Mark Madsen should have better control time, keep the fight on the ground. Might be slightly boring if it goes Mark Madsen's way, because he's going to wet blanket him, like use top control and just spin and keep on top of Vinc Pichel, keep him to the ground. Vinc Pichel only has like a 25% takedown defense, so he will get taken down. However, he does have a good get-up game. I will give him that. Once he gets taken down, he's quick to get up. But is that going to be the case against this Greco-Roman silver medalist from the Olympics? We'll find out on Saturday. But anyway, I'm going to go with Mark Madsen here as the plus money underdog. You know I'm a plus money junkie. I got to make back all the money I lost last event. So there we go, Mark Madsen. Moving on. Next, we've got, this is now the curtain jerker, but on my sheet it's in this order. We have Julio Arce taking on Daniel Willie Cat Santos. Okay, interesting fight. We got Julio Arce as the favorite, minus 187, as it should be too, because he's got UFC experience, taking on.
What day was Brandon born?
What?
In numbers.
The 18th? What is it? 14th? What is it? I don't know. What's his birthday? 18th? 14th? Man.
Now I'm asking you.
Well, you caught me off guard. Ask him. What's he say?
His
I think it's 18th, September 18th, 2000. Anyway, sorry about that intrusion. Julio Arce is coming off. He's like on a win-loss record. He's, you know, it's one of those pattern fighters. He wins, trading wins and losses, going back and forth. Most recently, he's coming off a loss to Yadong Song. Yadong Song is phenomenal, and took out Julio Arce round 2 with punches, KO. Before that, though, he's got a win against Andre Ewell, where he took out Andre Ewell round 2 punches. Prior to that, he lost to Hakeem Dawodu. Dawodu took him out by split decision. What's Hakeem? Is that mean Hakeem Dawodu? What is that? African Nightmare or something? African Savage. Prior to that, he beat Juicy J, Julian Rosa. So he's got some. He beat him by in round 3 TKO. So he's got some good wins in the UFC here, but he's also got losses too. Before the Julian Rosa, he lost to Shaman Moraes by split decision. So he's 2-3 in his last 5. Like I said, pattern fighter, win-loss. Coming up on, it's supposed to be his turn to win this time. These guys are the same height. Daniel Santos' reach is unknown, so who knows with that. Julio Arce, trains out of Tiger Schulman's in New Jersey. Very, very good training facility out of North Jersey. And let's talk about who the hell is this guy? Daniel Willie Cat Santos. I guess word has it, if you want to find any of his old fights or highlights or anything, you can't look up Daniel Santos. You have to look up Willie Cat. This is what Wheezy from Stat Digger said. I didn't check it out yet because I watched Stat Digger's one last night. But I remember when he was covering this fight, he said if you YouTube search Willie Cat highlights, you'll probably find some Daniel Santos. He's got a nice spinning back kick victory, I guess. I guess it's pretty impressive. But there's a lot of question marks around this kid. He hasn't fought since, I want to say it's been like 2019 or something. But he trains out of Shootbox Diego Lima. He's coming off a win against Nizambek Zunasov. That was in Brave CF. Brave is a European, I think it's out of Kyrgyzstan or something. Prior to that, he was fighting out of Future FC. That is in Brazil, where he's natively from. Where he beats Enrique Fantini. That's where he did the fantastic spinning back kick in round 1. That's the highlight you're going to see if you search Willie Cat. I'm sure that's what. I didn't search it yet, but maybe if I have time later, I don't know. Prior to that, he was in ACA in Russia, where he lost his only loss. He's 10-1, this dude. His only loss to Murad Kalamov by unanimous decision, and that was over in Russia, ACA. So, kind of like a mystery guy going against mediocre, trading wins and losses type, average, pretty, beating some good guys, losing to some alright guys, I guess. But Julio Arce definitely has the upper hand when it comes to experience in the UFC, and the resume of fighters definitely goes that way as well, where Santos has not fought anybody that I've ever heard of. Ever. So, here we go. Take in Julio Arce. Dev and Sal are both on the side of Julio Arce. Artem MMA Analysis also taking him. Burke taking Julio Arce. Angelo from We Want Picks taking Julio Arce. And Pickums is not confident with this. He wants to fade Julio Arce, what it sounds like in his breakdown. By the way, these links will be in the description. Check out all these cappers. They're phenomenal. I wouldn't put them on my show if they weren't good. Pickums, he's staying away from this fight in a betting standpoint. But just out of respect for Julio Arce, he's taking him. But I'm gonna put a question mark, and he's passing on the bets. He's not confident against the Mr. Question Unknown. Julio Arce is a tad bit older. He's 32. Santos 27 for the Willie Cap. But this is a full capper consensus. Second one, no need for the dance. I give it to you anyway. Throw some good luck pearls for all those bettors that need the luck. Yeah, I'm excited also with the experience in. Oh, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Full capper consensus, the second one.
Yeah.
That's a lock.
I heard you from upstairs.
Oh yeah, you have good ears. Pretty good ears. I didn't even say it that loud. So I'm gonna take Julio Arce to get it done. I'm gonna say I don't know. Is it within distance or by decision? Let's see. Let me see how he's been winning. Julio Arce punches Andre Ewell. Julian Rosa. TKO round 3. Yeah, let's take him by TKO. Julio Arce, TKO. Knock this guy Willie Cat out. Watch Willie Cat come in there and give a spinning back kick and connect to Julio Arce. Just take care of business. But whatever. I'm using my head in this one. I don't know nothing about Daniel Santos, so I can't take it. The only Daniel I know is Daniel Tiger, right? Anyway, so there you have it to recap.
Time check!
Thank you. Time check. What is the time? All right. To recap, I have Kay Hansen upsetting, going against the full capper consensus and all the hype trains surrounding Piera Rodriguez. I'm taking Kay Hansen to get back on her horse after a nice victory against unproven Rodriguez. Then I've got Mark Madsen, the Olympic wrestler, winning a decision over Vinc from Hell, Pichel. Oh, thank you, Nor. And finally, I've got Julio Arce, put an exclamation on his fight with a TKO knockout of Daniel Santos, welcoming him to the UFC, and actually sending him back to Brave or wherever he came from. Not like Cody Durden did to Archie Lang, but not in a racist way, but no, send him back to where he came from. I said whatever. I don't want to get there. But anyway, so there you have it. Gather the info.
Place the bets.
Place the bets and cash those
Tickets.
Cash those tickets. That's right. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, leave a comment. Give me that thumbs up. Hit the bell. Thumbs up. Comment and subscribe. Thank you, Nora, for your assistance on this one.
I didn't have a basketball player.
What? What? Because that's Michael Jordan. He's played North Carolina. North Carolina is now in the NCAA finals. So
That's Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's Michael Jordan's shadow pick.
I know who he is.
But I'm kind of rooting for the underdogs and the Tar Heels from North Carolina to win against Kansas because they took out Villanova. Anyway, thanks for watching. Good luck on your bets, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another show. Bye-bye.